Ever wondered why DSLR cameras are seemingly vanishing from the market? It's a question that sparked much debate among photography enthusiasts and professionals. The once king of the camera world, the DSLR, is now facing an existential crisis. Its reign is threatened by rapid technological advancements and changing market dynamics. Are we witnessing the end of an era? Is the DSLR on its way out? Well, today we unravel the top 10 reasons why DSLR cameras are slowly becoming obsolete. The first reason is the transition to mirrorless cameras. Leading brands like Sony have already waved goodbye to their last DSLR models, embracing the mirrorless revolution wholeheartedly. This transition is not just a passing trend, it's a calculated response to the evolving needs of photographers worldwide. Simply put, mirrorless cameras offer a new level of flexibility, compactness, and technological sophistication that's hard to ignore. This shift is clearly reflected in the market. And it's not just Sony. Traditional DSLR powerhouses, Canon and Nikon, are also shifting gears, placing their bets on the future of mirrorless. The writing, it seems, is on the wall. DSLRs, with their mechanical complexity and bulk, are giving way to the streamlined, efficient designs of mirrorless cameras. The shift from DSLR to mirrorless is clearly evident in the market, and if the current trends are anything to go by, this transition is not only inevitable but also imminent. Next up is the decline in new DSLR models. You see, the release of new DSLR models has taken a bit of a back seat. It's like watching a race where the runners are slowing down, while the spectators are anxiously waiting for the next burst of speed, but it's not forthcoming. Take this year, for instance. The list of contenders for the best new DSLR of the year seems rather short, doesn't it? It's not that the DSLR market is completely stagnant, but there's certainly less enthusiasm, less hustle and bustle. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's simple. The attention has shifted. The limelight is now on the sleek, technologically advanced mirrorless cameras. Meanwhile, the DSLR models are slowly but surely losing their sheen, their novelty. So what does this mean for the future of DSLRs? Well, the slow release of new models is a clear sign of a declining DSLR market. Thirdly, there's been a noticeable shift in development. If we look closely, we can see that the focus of the camera industry has clearly moved towards mirrorless cameras. This is not just the case for newcomers in the industry, but also for those brands that have been traditionally associated with DSLR cameras. Yes, we are talking about the stalwarts like Canon and Nikon. These brands have been synonymous with top-tier DSLR cameras for decades. However, they too have recognized the winds of change and are now putting their resources into developing more advanced and efficient mirrorless models. This shift is not just a fad, it's a strategic move guided by technological advancements and changing consumer preferences. The clear emphasis on mirrorless technology in their development cycles is a testament to this. The shift in development priorities is a strong indicator of where the future of photography lies. Fourthly, we note the dwindling support for existing DSLR users. The millions of Canon and Nikon DSLR lenses out there are testament to a once thriving DSLR ecosystem. It's unlikely that these brands will pull the plug completely on DSLRs in the immediate future. However, apart from catering to the pros who have yet to transition to mirrorless, it's hard to foresee a lot of effort being channeled into future DSLR releases. The focus, it seems, has decidedly shifted. The industry, in its relentless pursuit of innovation, has set its heart on the mirrorless revolution. The DSLR, once the undeniable king of the photography world, now stands on shaky ground, its support system slowly but surely eroding. This dwindling support is yet another sign of the DSLR's decline. The fifth reason is a matter of personal preference. You see, the shift towards mirrorless cameras is not just about technological advancements or market trends. It's also about what photographers themselves prefer to use. Many photographers, from seasoned professionals to enthusiastic hobbyists, have already made the switch to mirrorless cameras. Why? Because they've seen the benefits firsthand. They've experienced the lightweight design, the silent shutter, the faster autofocus, and they've decided they prefer it. They're no longer purchasing new DSLRs, and this is a significant factor in the imminent disappearance of DSLRs. They're voting with their wallets, so to speak, and their choice is clear. They're choosing the future. the mirrorless cameras. Of course, this doesn't mean that every photographer in the world has made the switch, but the trend is undeniable. More and more photographers are choosing mirrorless over DSLR, and as this trend continues, the demand for new DSLRs will continue to decline. The personal preferences of photographers are clearly changing. The sixth reason is the availability of equivalent lenses. You see, for many photographers, the thought of abandoning their trusty DSLR and its collection of lenses is daunting. However, the rise of mirrorless cameras has brought with it an influx of equivalent lenses. This means that photographers can now find mirrorless counterparts for their favorite DSLR lenses, whether it's a trusty 50mm, a wide-angle lens, or a long-reaching telephoto. Moreover, many of these mirrorless lenses are not only comparable in terms of quality and performance, but they also often offer advantages such as lighter weight and smaller size. This makes the transition to mirrorless even more enticing. As the variety and quality of lenses available for mirrorless systems continue to grow, the hold that DSLRs have on photographers due to lens compatibility is weakening. The availability of equivalent lenses for mirrorless cameras is lessening the need for DSLRs. The seventh reason is advancements in technology. This is a fascinating era to live in, isn't it? The pace of technological innovation is astounding, and photography is no exception. Mirrorless cameras, the new kid on the block, are packed with impressive technological advancements. These advancements are not just bells and whistles, they offer practical benefits that make photographers' lives easier. For instance, the electronic viewfinder in mirrorless cameras provides real-time preview of your image, including exposure, depth of field, and color. This instant feedback allows photographers to tweak their settings and get the perfect shot right in the camera. Additionally, mirrorless cameras are generally faster with superior autofocus and continuous shooting capabilities. They are also lighter and more compact due to the absence of the mirror mechanism, making them a convenient choice for travel and street photography. The technological advancements of mirrorless cameras make them a more attractive option. The eighth reason is changing market demand. There's a notable shift in motion. The demand for DSLRs is dropping as more and more photographers are making the leap to mirrorless cameras. Why, you ask? Well, the reasons are varied, but a few stand out. Mirrorless cameras are lighter, more compact, and offer many of the same features as their DSLR counterparts. They're also evolving at a much faster pace, with manufacturers pouring their resources into developing this technology. Plus, there's something to be said about the influence of social proof. As more photographers, from professionals to hobbyists, make the switch and share their experiences, it encourages others to follow suit. This ripple effect is further driving the shift in market demand. So, as the photography world continues to evolve, we're seeing a clear trend. Mirrorless is in and DSLR is, well, on its way out. The market demand is clearly changing, favoring mirrorless over DSLR. The ninth reason is supply chain issues. The world is grappling with a supply chain crisis that has been amplified by the COVID-19 pandemic. This crisis is not just a simple hiccup. It has profound implications for the production and distribution of DSLR cameras. You see, manufacturing a DSLR is a complex process that requires a multitude of components sourced from various parts of the globe. The pandemic has disrupted these supply chains, causing delays and even halting production. Distributing these cameras is another hurdle. With international shipping and logistics in chaos, getting DSLRs into the hands of photographers is becoming increasingly difficult. Now, imagine being a manufacturer in this situation. Would you invest in producing a product that's not only facing declining demand, but also fraught with production and distribution challenges? Most likely not. Hence, these supply chain issues are further pushing the DSLR towards obsolescence. Finally, the 10th reason is simply the future of photography. The world is moving at a rapid pace, and so is the realm of photography. The mirrorless camera revolution is not just a trend, but a significant shift in how we capture the world around us. These cameras are lighter, smaller, and more efficient. They offer advanced features such as high-speed burst shooting, silent shooting, and real-time eye-tracking autofocus that make them a more attractive choice for both amateur and professional photographers. Moreover, mirrorless cameras are more adaptable to the evolving technology, including the integration of AI and IoT. As these technologies continue to advance and become more ingrained in our lives, it's likely that mirrorless cameras will be at the forefront of these changes. The DSLR, with its mirror mechanism, may not be as adaptable to these changes. As we look to the future, it's clear that the DSLR's days are numbered. To sum it all up, the world of photography is evolving, with a clear shift from DSLRs to mirrorless cameras. This transition is fueled by technological advancements, changing market demands, and the availability of equivalent lenses for mirrorless systems. Supply chain issues have further complicated the production of new DSLR models. Personal preferences are shifting, and the future seems to be mirrorless. So, there you have it, the top 10 reasons why the DSLR camera is on its way to becoming a relic of the past.